Thanks to the support as a channel member, Tim Babbage. Oh, boys and girls, we did go on another winning run. But so did Hungerford. We're going into the final 2 games of the season, still behind them in the league. 1 point behind. We are away at Hungerford on the last day. This could be set up for the spectacular, or we could lose the first match and it could all be wrapped up by halfway through the video, which would make that trip to Hungerford sadder. Hello and welcome to part 56 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, it is our final 2 games of the season. We're at home against Potters Bar and we're away in that big away game against Hungerford. Since you were last with me, we've won almost every game. If only we'd have managed to squeeze one more in. That defeat against Salisbury looking like a big problem. Salisbury 12th in the league. If we'd have not bottled that one, we would be top of the league right now. Also drawing against Weston-super-Mare in the previous match. I thought we'd handed things to Hungerford while they drew at home to Worcester. So it was actually another opportunity for us to squeeze through. Looking at these final 2 matches, we're at home against Potters Bar, who are down in 7th place. Hungerford away at Flackwell Heath, who are way down in 16th. So Hungerford are going to win. We've got to win. And then, of course, on the last day, nothing else matters. It's us away against them. And we've just got to win both our games. It's in our hands. If we win both of our matches, we win the league. There has been a little bit more transfer business since the last episode. We've signed another player. John Moores is a new midfielder who's come in after what happened when Mingy was suspended in the last episode. It seemed to make sense. He got injured 15 minutes into his debut and hasn't managed to get back into the team since because he's not been fully fit. But hopefully he'll be great eventually. We've also got rid of McDowell. Had we got rid of McDowell in the last episode? McDowell has gone. We actually got money for him, £475 for him. Opoku has gone to Cobham and he's earning £425 a week to be in their squad. Absolute insanity. And Oni, who is in on a non-contract, has gone to Walthamstow to actually earn a regular salary, which again is absolutely fair enough. It all means we are well below our wage budget, but for whatever reason, we're not being allowed to offer sensible contracts. For example, I would love to give Leo Young a new contract, but it's maxing out at £85, which obviously this could be a problem because regardless of what league we're in next year, we only have 3 players who are under contract, 4 who are under contract for next year, and one of them's Bosworth, who's on the transfer list. So we might be building from zero with Best, Camper, and Moores as our team for next year, especially if we don't get promoted. There are rumours there's going to be yet another takeover happening, rumours of a potential board takeover. We're over £250,000 in debt, so we need it. Although we know the drill by now, they'll come in, take over, take out a new loan, and the cycle repeats, and we'll keep repeating until this stops happening. That ain't ever going to stop happening. So, it'll be fun. It will be in trouble until that stops being significant, which will probably be League One, Championship level, you'd like to think. So, let's get on with the match. This is the team. It's Gilbert in goal, a back 4 of Machiavelli, Larson, Young, and O'Doy. Cackett, O'Sullivan, Moores and Best in midfield, and then Camper and Laycock up front. We will put Tweedy on the bench ahead of Bosworth, but otherwise everyone else is involved in the bench. Bruno Viala is back, has only played 1 substitute appearance since being back because we recalled him, and then he immediately went off to play for the French under 19 team for like 3 weeks. So he's been having a lovely time playing for France under 19s. I don't understand. Makes no sense to me, but let's get the team submitted and hopefully not bottle this in the first of the 2 matches because, like I said in the intro, it makes the second half of the episode ever so awkward if we balls up the first match because it's a bit of an anti-climax then, isn't it? Hampton and Richmond, by the way, after that shocking start that they had, have got themselves right up into this playoff mix. They actually have a striker who's scoring more goals than Laycock, which explains why they weren't using Laycock because they've got a guy who's got like nearly 40 goals who's fired them up here. It's going to be quite a spicy playoffs if we end up in them because in addition to them, we've got our old rivals Chalfo. Marlow still have the chance to get in as well. Marlow is who Cackett is on loan from. So we could end up in a playoff either against a big rival or against a team where we can't play one of our key players. So it's not ideal. Best with the corner. Ultimately, all of that means we need to avoid those playoffs like the plague, because having to go into the playoffs and potentially get into a playoff final and not being able to play our top scorer because he's on loan from the other team, that would trouble me greatly. So can we win, please? How are Hungerford getting on? Hungerford away against Flackwell Heath. Still a draw in their game as well. I'm going to offer a little bit of encouragement to the boys and hope that they're like, oh, he's encouraging us. Let's go and do a goal. Meanwhile, we nearly concede from a corner. That would be troubling. Leo Young is in double figures, by the way, for goals from corners now. He's less effective at defending them, which is really quite upsetting. We do concede from them quite regularly, but we really, really score from Leo Young, by the way, our new club captain, having removed it from Bosworth when we put him on the transfer list. He got in a moody about not playing, which I guess is fair enough. We gave him a 2-year contract and made him captain and then immediately dropped him after 2 poor performances. So I get why he was a little miffed, but he is going to be here next year and potentially, I mean, if Gilbert leaves because we can't give him a contract and we're not able to bring new boys in, Bosworth could conceivably be our starting keeper again next year, which would be almost as awkward as if we balls up and have to go to Hungerford. Forget that sentence. There's a double injury, both happened in the 43rd minute. So there's been a collision of players and a goal for Flackwell Heath. So as it stands right now, I mean, I need to know what's gone on there in the 43rd minute. But as it stands right now, we are temporarily top of the league. Camper dealing with the near post clearance there and then not being able to defend from the follow-up. And now we're losing as well. Is this really how it's going to go? We're both going to lose going into the final day. Oh, I hate this game sometimes. I don't want to see it. Right, we're going attacking. We've got to demand more, and we've got to sort our lives out. Hungerford's still losing, and we just need to score a goal. Even in these circumstances, even a draw would be fine. Hungerford have now had a red card, so I think their bottliness is going full bottle. But it's absolutely no help at all if we bottle it as well. What is going on? We're not even creating any chances. Right. Big moment for Bruno Viala. On he comes. He was in great goal scoring form out on his loan. Mingy's going to come on as well. And could we see Viala make himself a hero here? It is a big risk taking off Laycock in the circumstances. Flackwell Heath now 2-0 up. Just an equaliser. Puts us in control. How can we be this ridiculous? Push the wingers forward. Maybe pushing the wingers forward is what we need. It allows Tom Best to go back to being an inside forward. And yeah, try that. We've got to get an equaliser in this football match. This is absolutely bonkers. But it is Potter's Bar who are just fairly comfortably in control here. Mingy gets the tackling. Good work from him. Lays it off to Tom Best in his now more advanced, more comfortable position. It's Mingy again, playing it into Camper. Camper, back to goal, turns, tries to play Cackett in and can't slot it through to him. And now it's Potter's Bar on the counter-attack, just cutting through our non-existent midfield and then lumping it over the crossbar, just so it takes a few minutes for them to go and fetch the ball and retrieve it. It's still 2-0 to Flackwell Heath. It's absolutely no help at all unless we do something here, and we're not doing anything. We'll bring on Brown, just a different fullback. That makes all the difference. We're going very attacking as well. Hold on, very attacking. I realise the highlight is going on, so we might be about to concede a second, which would be devastating, and really, really make it for an interesting game against Hungerford. If we both go in there in poor form, what is happening? What on earth? Football Manager, you don't have to do this to us to make the final day interesting. It was already interesting. It would have been interesting if we'd have gone in top of the league. Hungerford have now got a goal back. It could be all about to go very, very, very wrong. Because if they grab 2 more, they could win the league here. Well, that was pathetic. I only hope Hungerford lost as well, because then we're both in equally pathetic spirits going into the final day. 7-0 Phoenix Sports won there. Where are Hungerford? They did lose. Right. So nothing changes. We're still going there, trying to win the league. Viala, just sort yourself out. That was so poor. Right. Off to Hungerford then. So no changes for the Hungerford game on the last day of the season. Just cross your fingers, boys and girls, and hope that we're able to turn this around. The team is submitted. We're committed. Oh, my word. I'm very, very afraid. Oh, they've got a player called Winkle. What a great name. He's going to score against us now. Oh, I've noticed an opposition player. That's the worst thing you can ever do. Right. Deep breaths, everybody. Let's remain composed and secure ourselves a spot in the National League South. That's what this is all about. Getting into the Football Manager playable leagues. Wouldn't that be a thing? Then we can get a nice tycoon takeover in the summer. Wouldn't that be nice? And we'll be in the Championship in a few years. Oh, I mean, if in real life Wembley got to the National League South, you'd think that would be an opportunity for someone to come and throw some money at them, Wrexham style, just because of the name. Make it the goal to move them into Wembley Stadium. Get some romance around it. Oh, right, come on. That was a good interception from Moores. I realise the Mingy fan club is going to be all over Moores and not liking him at all. And good work from Gilbert. Oh, right. We've had a good early save. That's a good moment for us. We've even done a team meeting going into this one. Told the boys they've had a great season. Let's do one more win. And they were motivated. So I've even done my team meeting right. We've done everything right going in, apart from those couple of matches where we dropped points. But I'm just blaming that on Football Manager. That wasn't my fault. That was Football Manager trying to make things interesting and exciting going into the end of the season. You're not impressing anybody with your interesting excitement. We just want to get ourselves into the National League. Thank you very much. Still 0-0, 15 minutes in. This, of course, absolutely useless. Oh, Moores could make himself a hero here. Just stick it right there and then we'll all go mental. Oh, my word! Oh, we actually did! Oh, wonderful stuff. What a goal. What a way to introduce himself to the Mingy fan club. Oh, I apologise to headphones wearers for the yell, but I genuinely was not expecting it, and that was spectacular. As it stands right now, we are champions. Final whistle, please. Oh, my goodness me. What a free kick. What a way to introduce yourself. It's been our only shot. Oh, I need to lie down after that. What a blood pressure spike that was. 1-0. Just hold on. Don't mess up from here. Just everybody stay calm. I'm not calm. You lot need to stay calm. That was absolutely bonkers. The stones on that boy to do that in a game of this magnitude. Just keep it up, lads. Oh, can we have a second? Because if anything, this is more stressful than it was at 0-0. Because now I'm believing. I didn't believe before, but now I've got belief. And I hate believing when I'm playing Football Manager. That's a terrible goal kick. But we might have got away with it after a little bit of head tennis. And Laycock plays it into Cackett, who goes past his man beautifully, then lets him catch up again. Though just needs to find the cross, drills it across goal. It ends up with Tom Best. Tom Best! Camper's scored. It's a 30th goal of the season for Sam Camper. It was absolute chaos. But we are actually starting to believe. We might be heading to the promised land. I'm not quite sure what Tom Best has done here. I think he just let the he's taken a deflection. I'm going to say, it's not like him to mess up a shot to the extent that he did. But as of right now, we are half an hour away from the National League South next season. And we've given away a penalty. And it's Laycock, who's been such a hero all year long and has now become a little bit of a villain. Can Gilbert make himself a hero? No. Oh, Hungerford are back in it. I'm back to being stressed again. I'm not enjoying myself at all. This is not a fun last day of the season. This is not fun for anybody. Gilbert goes the wrong way, and it's 2-1. And I have absolutely no idea what I should do vis-a-vis team talks here. I don't want to praise them because we've just conceded, but we are winning a game that we probably shouldn't win. So they should probably get some praise for that. I'm looking at the bench for any kind of substitution that could help us see out the game. I guess Alderson is potentially someone who could. He'd be a bit more of a defensive option in midfield, as would Mingy, of course. We might actually bring Mingy on in there. We could now drop those two back if we really, really got cowardly. And then I think we're going to bring on Sam Brown as well. We're not going to do anything too exotic. But this does allow us to play 2 DMs and potentially even push the wide players on if needs be. Cackett is getting tired. We don't have anybody else who can play on the left-hand side, so he's just going to have to play on. He's had to play a lot of football. We started the season with like 5 players who could play on the left wing, and he did so well that he ended up cementing his spot. Viala's going to come on for Laycock. Now would be a nice time for Viala to score his first goal in 10 matches or whatever it's been in a Wembley shirt. Anyway, he's obviously been scoring lots of goals at the level below out on his loan and presumably doing well for France under-19s because they keep calling him up, which is bonkers. Right, come on. Just see it out from here. Everyone's screaming to go more defensive. I just don't have it in me. 6 minutes of added time seems very unreasonable. Look at that match momentum for this second half. Hungerford are going to feel very hard done by. Viala with the corner. We could do with another young goal. Oh, less than 2 minutes left. Just hold on. An equaliser is enough for Hungerford, but I think we've got it. Surely we've got it. Come on. Lifting the title at Hungerford. The fact that these lot have actually stayed, they've been top of the league pretty much all season long. And we have come here on the last day of the season and absolutely mugged them. Because if you look at the match stats, we do not deserve to win. But we have. We've won. We're in the National League South next year. This is spectacular. Come on, look at that. That is the dream right there, boys and girls. Digital Kev's having a lovely old time, clapping his hands above his head like a very excited seal. Oh, that's, I'm not even going to question where the confetti's coming from. It's just magical. Wonderful stuff. Now, I'd very much like to be able to renew some contracts for some of these boys, please, because as it stands right now, they're almost all leaving the club in the next few days because we don't have the money to renew contracts. We could really do with this takeover to go through. Right, we've got budgets immediately, and hopefully with the budgets, we are able to renew some contracts. Our budget was previously £2,600 a week on salary. We've been promoted. Surely we get a little bit more. Nope, it's been reduced. Fantastic. I've brought glory to Wembley. Iconic Chapman. I like the ring to that. Hungerford have been so hard done by. Does that mean I'm on the icons list here at Wembley? How I'm not a club legend yet, I don't know. I feel like if someone in real life took Wembley to the National League South, they'd probably be considered something of a legend around about Wembley. But with the new money in, can we offer some contracts? Leo Young is the main one. He's our captain. Oh, we've done it too recently. There are a couple of us. Gilbert, I'd quite like to offer a new contract to. Okay. This is going to be a problem. I promised Tom Best a new contract at the end of the season. Tom Best's got an agent. What a fancy boy. He'd want a wage of... Oh, he wants to go non-contract, does he? He's got a year left on his current deal. I don't like the idea of him trying to switch to a non-contract with a year to go on his actual contract. That spells disaster to me. Tom, No, Tom. That's not how it's going to be. We can't even offer him what he would want as an appearance fee anyway. This is going to be a long, hard summer. We need our new board, and we need them quick. Oh, Tom. Tom. I'll reopen talks. I need to have a think. That's really put a negative spin on the situation. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.